Good morning. Time to offend some people again, right? There's definitely a race going on this planet right now between sanity and insanity. And if you haven't noticed this, you are asleep. I think you are mentally retarded if you haven't noticed. Yeah. This is me offending you now. And these totalitarian psychopaths who are trying to do this to us, they are giving you every opportunity to realize what's going on. You just need to look and listen. And it's so easy to see it. Yeah. That's why I'm telling you that you're probably retarded if you haven't seen it already. Yeah. Do you feel offended? Well, this is my job, to offend you. Yeah, it's so easy. And, our job is just to point in the direction. Tell people where to look and what to look for. It's right there. I'll give you many examples today. Here's the first one. Public service news, they reported the other day about people dying in the flu. And they talked about how many people died last year in the flu, divided by age group. So there was this curve, right? And most people died in the age group of 100 plus. Yeah. This should make you think. Yeah, if you don't think about it and think, what's going on here? 100 plus. If you don't think about it, if you don't look at this as something very strange, why do they talk about this? 100 plus group. Well, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, if you don't react to this. And here's another example. Joe Biden, he has been criticized for not answering questions. Then there was this short film that I was watching this morning. Okay, he came up to a bunch of reporters asking him questions, and he replied to the questions. And then he went up to this helicopter. Okay, there was a big problem with this film. Yes. The microphones. I will post a link below so you can watch it for yourself. The microphones disappeared. See, there were microphones. The reporters were holding on to microphones. And as Joe Biden approached them, they disappeared. So it was a green screen. This is what they did. Yeah. Here's another example. This is Joe Biden again. He fell on the stairs up to his airplane. He was sort of skipping up the stairs. And then he fell once, twice, 3 times on his way up. Right? Not a long stair, not at all. And then there was an excuse coming from the White House. They said it was very windy. Yeah. Well, you could see the movie for yourself. Yeah, I suppose there was some wind, right? But he had a railing to hold on to. He was holding on to the railing. He fell 3 times. Yeah. So why are they doing this? Yeah. Well, they want something, you see? Yeah. And you better have a look at this. One thing that they want is to end democracy. Maybe you approve of democracy. I think you do. Maybe you haven't thought about it. But it's quite important. Yeah. That the will of the people is known to these politicians. And that we can vote people off and so on. It's quite important. If you haven't given this a thought, you are stupid. So this is what they want. You don't believe me, do you? It's true. They are talking about it. That's the thing. They tell us they want to get rid of democracy. They tell us about it. A recent example was this guy, a professor, Jürgen Randers. I think he's Danish. He said, democracy must be paused to solve the climate crisis. Yeah. An elite government is better than democracy, he said. At least if the world is to succeed in solving the acute climate crisis. Yeah. So they are telling you. And just look at what they are doing. This is what they want to do. They want to get rid of democracy. And that's just one part of it. That's not all they want to do. You see, totalitarian psychopaths, they are never satisfied. No, they just keep going. If they get away with something, they will go to the next one. They will not stop. See? So, if they want to destroy, make a car unworkable, for instance, this is what they want. They want to make sure that this car doesn't work, right? So they remove the wheels. Then it doesn't work, right? But they don't stop there, see? Then they will remove the engine, the steering wheel, the doors. They will not stop until this car doesn't exist anymore, you see? It's an ex-car. Then they will be happy. Yeah. So they will just keep going. There's so many opportunities for you idiots to realize what's happening along the way. See? I'll give you one last example. This is from Montreal in Canada. There were big protests this weekend in Montreal. And the police was there. And you know what they did? They were sort of ambushing the march. Yeah. And then they picked people in sort of secret. They picked people in the march, removed them, took them away from there, and then they fined them $1,500. They didn't stop the march. They just picked people out. Now, who's doing something like this? What kind of a behavior is this? Who's doing this? Yeah. What kind of a tactic is this? Right. That's all. Bye.